One of the questions that we get asked a lot is, how we started this business.
My husband was on his way out to get a cookies and cream soft serve, but I told him I'll just make it for him instead, so that's exactly what I did.
It kind of scares me that Mormon Inc. is the most powerful religion in America right now. So many moms and farmers and supermodels and interior designers are just living, walking billboards for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I've always found it fascinating how some of your favorite, most popular influencers have one thing in common. They're all Mormons. Did you know that? Me neither, because a lot of them actually hide it pretty well, and I want to know, why is that? Yes, my friends, we're going to be dabbling into religion in this one. We're only going to be scratching the surface with how Mormonism have infiltrated the social media influencer culture. So Mormons actually prefer to be called LDS now, because I guess the word Mormon is linked to cults.
You're finally here!
Those who remain neutral in the battle were cursed to be born with black skin. This is the Mormon explanation for...
Right after the last president of the Mormon church died, Russell Nelson stepped in, and God had told him the church should drop the name Mormon and be called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I hope I said that correctly. But anyway, they believe in the Book of Mormon, which is a DLC for the Bible, meaning they believe it's what God forgot to put in the other versions of the Bible. Joseph Smith was the OG Mormon leader. When he was 14 years old, he apparently talked to God, and he was told that he was chosen to restore the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Apparently, the LDS also believes that God has a wife, meaning there's also a heavenly mother, which is quite interesting. Here's one of their Mormon campaigns that I found quite cringe.
Я врач, нейрохирург. Я Андрей Климаш, и я мормон.
Зовут Михаил Зарецкий, и я мормон.
そして私はモルモンです。
Mein Name ist Christian Bolt und ich bin Mormone.
I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a Texan. I believe in serving others. My name is Eric Cooper, and I'm a Mormon.
And apparently a lot of Mormons hold very strong conservative values and are supposed to portray modest behavior. Yeah, I'm not sure any of the Mormon influencers do any of that.
I don't know. I really don't know.
A lot of these influencers never explicitly say that they are Mormon because they try to detach themselves from the stigma of cult-like behavior. Yet to this day, as we continue to see these Mormon communities forming on TikTok, they seem pretty culty to me. So it begs the question, why and how are all these Mormon influencers so successful on all social media platforms? The Mormon church is incredibly wealthy. I believe at this point it's wealthier than the Vatican, which is saying a lot. Someone like Nara Smith and Ballerina farms are the perfect examples and advertisements for the LDS church. They quickly explode on the internet and become extremely wealthy for just displaying this stay-at-home trad wife family lifestyle. They make their content look so effortless, simple, and clean, like it took no time at all, when really Ballerina Farm has admitted that some of those videos can take hours, and she has a whole crew that works for her, so it's all pretty misleading.
That's another question I get asked, is how long does it take to make the meals that you film? And it usually takes 4 to 5 hours or a couple days, depending on what I'm doing.
There's Mormon women explaining how the church itself influenced them to start social media.
What is it? Are you guys all just creative, or is it just the audience there?
I think it's both, but there's also something I think about the Mormon culture, because I remember when, early 2000s, I was a child, there was like a push for women to journal. And when the internet came around, that was a thing that the leaders of the church kind of pushed out, was like for these women to almost use these blogs as a way to document.
One of the reasons that Mormons are so good at it, one, Mormons are really pretty. It's just a thing. True. Mormons are stunning. Mormons start popping out babies at 20 years old. There are not that many places where at 20 years old, you have 3 kids, a big ass house. The Mormon influencers also had this lifestyle that Americans love. We love seeing a young mom who's super hot, who has a big house. They had the perfect opportunity to dominate. People were fascinated. And so I think that's why the mommy blogger grew the way it did, is because it was exactly what Americans wanted to see.
I've noticed this time and time again. Every single time a Mormon mom starts a TikTok account, joins one of those Mormon mom groups, they immediately blow up. And all of them, or I would say most of them, live in Utah, which give them ample opportunities to collaborate and network together. I love how this woman breaks down how Mormon influencers have completely infiltrated our social media. You just can't avoid them anymore.
Yes, they are. And so is every influencer you've loved for the past decade. Finally, a chance to share an elaborate diagram. I believe all Mormon influencers fall into one of these main 3 categories. 1, luxury. These are the OG 2012 fashion bloggers who are still doing it and raking in the dollars. Focal points will be swipe ups during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, taking professional photos as they cross a busy street full of taxi cabs on New York Fashion Week, and home tours of their shoe closet, inside the regular closet, inside their cloffice. This category is obviously ruled by the Scala sister dynasty. 2 is chill. It's about not trying too hard to look cool. This is terracotta earth-toned linen bedding, an Instagram full of refreshingly artistic film photography with a focus on imperfections and letting the moment be real. They are outdoorsy and like always in a hammock. Our chill queen is Amber. Others include JC Marie Smith and Sydney, formerly known as the Daybook. If you fuse these 2 categories, it's effortless glam. It's terracotta vibes and a makeup team in the birthing suite. It's Kara and Tent. And 3rd, the energy category scares me the most. So many Instagram reels and letterboards and clickbaity videos with titles like 6 life hacks for taking 8 kids with broken legs to Disney World, with faces like in the screen grabs, you know? It's most obvious in this category that the internet is their revenue stream and their social media choices are driven by that. That's fine, however, questions are raised when so many of their money-making videos heavily feature personal details about their children. You know, it's Jordan Page, it's Shannon Bird, it's anyone with an MLM. And I do think there's a bubble within this bubble of the evangelicals, the ones that truly make Mormonism the core of their brand identity. It's Al Fox Caraway or Nini Dialogues. In between energy and chill is vibing enthusiastically. This is a big, powerful category. It's the big families, big energy, the outward appearance of having it all, and a cozy family night in the backyard or in Peru. Examples include the Bucket List family, the Divine family, Taza, and all the Hawaii moms. Last but certainly not least, energy luxury makes a chaotic public display of wealth. And you know who it is, right? Yeah, it's Turtle Creek Lane. I'd also put Sarah Tripp of Sassy Red Lipstick in here. You know, flaunting a bold lip and a fat wallet. And they're all Mormon.
So you have a choice. You either join them or block them. I believe it's a way to recruit members to the LDS church. This lady explains it perfectly.
I've decided to go here this morning, even if this makes me the meanest woman on TikTok. Here we go. The topic is Hannah's dad's funeral. Just a couple months ago, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints launched a new social media program under the direction of one of the 12 apostles, Elder Bednar. Elder Bednar is asking social media influencers to sweep the earth with messages filled with righteousness and truth, messages that are authentic, edifying, and praiseworthy, and to literally sweep the earth as with a flood. Within weeks, Mormon celebrities literally began to sweep the world with Mormon propaganda, pictures of themselves reading the Book of Mormons, attending church, etc. Lucky Blue Smith and his wife Nara, for the first time ever, posted pictures of their Book of Mormon. Our faux farmhouse on Instagram literally said that she is completely abandoning all of her home decor content from now on, and she's only going to focus her entire page on spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. The email from the Mormon leaders makes it really clear that the church has invested a lot of money in research, and what they found is that people are a lot less likely to join the church because of a pair of Mormon missionaries knocking on their door than they are when they see somebody that they already love subtly acting out the gospel. These guys aren't going to convert you. These guys might. In my 44 years of Mormonism and almost 50 years on the planet, I have never once ever in my life ever seen a Mormon funeral broadcast, not on a closed circuit, not anywhere. I could be wrong. There could be another one somewhere at some point. But lo and behold, with the death of the father of one of the most beloved Mormons in the world right now, LDS Inc. has an opportunity to showcase some of their doctrines. In this video right here, this is not about Hannah, this is not about David, this is not about their family, this is not about any individuals. This is about an organization that will be a $1 trillion business within the next 8 years. Their stated purpose is to spread their gospel throughout all the world, to all mankind. Acting like a parasite and capitalizing on the lives of its famous members by piggybacking off of their influence to get their message to the world. It is disgusting. And since this video is already making me wildly unpopular, I'm going to go ahead and ask out loud the question that everybody probably wishes that I would keep quiet, but here we go. These Mormon chapels can seat, on average, between 300 and 500 people or more, depending on how large the overflow auxiliary rooms are. Hannah's family alone is hundreds of people. How many people were sitting in this chapel at this funeral that was broadcast live on YouTube for everybody to watch? Why is the camera just focused on the biggest celebrity in the room? Little baby Flora Jo, held tightly in her dad Daniel's lap, and every once in a while a little snippet of the back of Hannah's head. Whose idea was that? You're telling me that's a coincidence of all the hundreds and hundreds of people in the room that little Flora Jo just happened to be literally front and center of the entire broadcast of the entire funeral? If this was just coincidentally a funeral that somebody just decided that they wanted to put up on YouTube, if it wasn't orchestrated and curated, and if it wasn't marketing for LDS Inc., then chances are somebody else would have been sitting right there in the shot underneath the casket. It kind of scares me that Mormon Inc. is the most powerful religion in America right now. So many moms and farmers and supermodels and interior designers are just living, walking billboards for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
But don't get me wrong, I could see how their seemingly perfect, wealthy lifestyles could be so appealing to many, because I too once contemplated on becoming a Mormon influencer as a side hustle. But on a real note, who knows how many people they have actually converted. And look, I don't really have a problem with any of these influencers, any of these people. However you choose to display your life on social media is up to you. You do you. I'm not here to judge. My only issue and I guess question is, why do they hide it? I just kind of see it as they're advertising a lifestyle without really disclosing that it's a paid ad by the LDS Church. And luckily for them, they don't really have to disclose it. Just so many more rabbit holes I can go when it comes to the Mormon community and this influencer mommy culture, but I'm gonna save it for another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Comment below if you have any thoughts. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe, you know, all the funsies, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!